Good day! We shall continue to discuss the tasks and activities under the integrated delivery of social development programs by the social service workforce under the implementation phase. Previously, we learned about the group work process and its tools. Today, we shall talk about working with communities. Before we continue, let's go back to the KU framework. You were introduced to two components under Phase In, which are registration and assessment. It was followed by the discussion on agreement setting and integrated delivery of social development programs and services by the social service workforce under the implementation phase. We are now ready to discuss working with communities. To start, here are the objectives. Discuss the community organizing process and its accompanying tools. Understand community organizing as a collective action strategy for sustainability and policy advocacy in support of the gains of Pantawid beneficiaries when they exit the program. Similar to group building, the need for community organizing may emerge from the implementation phase and cut across up to the transition phase. It shall be pursued by the assigned case manager or community facilitator as part of the empowerment of 4-piece households to identify collective issues and concerns and work together in lobbying and accessing needed resources, as well as planning, implementing, monitoring, and evaluating community-initiated projects to sustain their efforts in preparation for their eventual exit. The community organizing begins with Step 1. Problem identification and prioritization. Expected output, community assessment, using CM Form 7A, 7B, and 7C. Let's define what is problem and priority. Problem is a matter or situation regarded as unwelcome or harmful and needing to be dealt with and overcome. Priority comes from the word prior, which means to come before something else. A priority is the concern, interest, or desire that comes before all others. In the case of community organizing, priority problems or issues are urgent needs that affect safety and security, health, and development of the community people. These are the common issues and concerns of the beneficiaries that are repeatedly expressed and identified during house-to-house visits, informal discussions, and FDS, among others. The initial community assembly is devoted to brainstorm and identify common issues and concerns and prioritize them according to urgency, number of households affected, and other criteria set by the people. This is otherwise known as social investigation. The goal of a social investigation is to enable the community members to acknowledge their common problems and needs and identify their goals. There are tools available to guide them in doing assessments and analysis of conditions. As meetings progress, the case manager or community facilitator may already identify or spot key people eligible to become members of a core group. A core group is a group of individuals who perform special tasks to attain the community's common goals. They are composed of 5 to 6 members selected from the identified potential leaders. The formation of the core group enables the case manager or community facilitator to develop and train community leaders for data collection and validation, preparation of community study or assessment, program development, and management processes towards the fulfillment of community development goals. Later on, the members of the core group can become local community organizers. In selecting members of the core group, the following criteria may be considered. The individual is at level 3 and is a self-sufficient grantee. The individual shows active participation in 4Ps or community-initiated activities. And the individual must be a resident of the barangay for at least 6 months and is unlikely to move out in the next 3 years. The community members should confirm the selection of core group members through a community assembly. The residents shall decide who should act as representatives of the respective task groups. These task groups are identified when the neighborhood development plan is final and ready for execution. Community development plan is a written strategy based on identified priority problems of the community. This plan may transform problems and threats into opportunities through the development of concrete solutions or courses of action. The core group members will be gathered for an orientation meeting to discuss the following: why the core group must be formed, what are the functions of the core group, why they were identified as potential leaders, what are their positions and commitments to this challenge, and what are the initial plans of action and schedule of activities. At the end of this phase, the community must have agreed on the priority issue to be addressed in community development plan. The case manager or community facilitator must report progress and developments to the respective city or municipal action teams to establish possible linkage and cooperation. Next is step 2, formulation of the community development plan. Expected output, socio-economic profile. Community development plan is part of the socio-economic profile. The socio-economic profile is a tool that provides a deeper understanding of the conditions of the community and the beneficiaries. Its results are used in identifying factors that can help in implementing community-initiated projects using the community-driven development approach. The profile will serve as basis in identifying and implementing strategies, in developing plans, and in getting support from local government units and other partners to help sustain local initiatives. The information needed to complete the data in this template would require various sets of assessment activities participated by the community members. There are sub-tools to assist the case manager or community facilitator in conducting assessment activities such as barangay scorecard, resource mapping, and stakeholder analysis. In this stage, the case manager will continuously steer the efforts of the community towards a deeper understanding of the problems and needs to determine programs or projects that will be most effective in improving the socio-economic conditions of the community. Additionally, this stage allows the community to determine needed services that can be tapped from different agencies or individuals. The case manager, together with the core group, will present the consolidated data detailing the conditions and aspirations of families in the neighborhood cluster. Case managers must build and maintain a collaborative engagement with the barangay officials and community leaders. The data presented by the core group will guide the community in formulating the community profile or socio-economic profile indicating the community development plan. This provides a comprehensive picture of the existing conditions in the community, the major problems that the people are facing, and the needed steps that should be taken by the community together with various sectors to successfully implement the development plan. The plan will include information such as major and sub-activities, time frame, tasking, and identification and mobilization of resources needed. Next is step 3, action phase. Expected output, community monitoring report, and city or municipal action plan. In the action phase, the community or task groups will be designated specific tasks that require specific skills. The members of each task group should play the lead role in strategizing actions and tracking the progress of each assigned task. The case manager may organize skills building or capacity building activities based on the needs of the members to prepare them for the tasks ahead. This includes but not limited to project proposal making, lobbying, organizing and facilitating meetings, partnership building, and resource mobilization. Based on the development plan, the members will come up with a project proposal agreed upon by all members. The project proposal will be presented to the barangay council or local government unit to lobby support for the operationalization of community-driven initiatives. The members will also submit and present their proposals to agencies identified in the resource mapping to generate additional support and resources. For the approval of the development plan at the LGU level, the members may be required to register themselves as a formal association. The goal of the group is for the LGU to accept the proposals and include them in the city or municipal action plan to secure funding. The City or Municipal Action Plan is a comprehensive set of interventions directed to the community, especially the 4Ps households, to help them shift from survival to self-sufficiency. it involves convergence of efforts to assist the poor reach the level of well-being where they can adequately meet their needs and enable the family to reach their full potential. The CMAP includes projects, programs, services, and activities per the department, local government unit, and other partner stakeholders in the city or municipality. Prioritization shall be based on the results of situational analysis using 3D and other relevant tools. A community monitoring report shall be prepared to track the progress of the city or municipal action plan. Project implementation also serves as a mechanism to strengthen cooperation among group members. Through the tasks, members are able to have the opportunity to work collectively and at the same time provide benefits to their family, their group, and the entire neighborhood. A monitoring system will be set up to track whether the project is implemented according to plan. This also informs necessary adjustments when the project is off track. The last is step 4, evaluation. Expected output, sustainability plan. The evaluation or last step in community organizing shall take place after the project completion. It will determine whether the objectives of the project are met, what are the facilitating and hindering factors contributing to its success or failure, and to what extent did the project contribute to realizing the vision of the community. It is a must that people should be involved in the entire process of evaluation. This should be seen as a learning process of finding what the program beneficiaries have done and what they have achieved over a period of time. Technical support from different key players in the social service workforce can also be tapped to assist in such undertaking. At this stage, the household beneficiaries exiting through their organized communities shall be turned over to the local government unit to sustain their efforts. Prior to endorsement, 4Ps, together with the local government units and other members of the social service workforce, shall come up with a sustainability plan. The sustainability plan identifies which objectives from the CMAP need to be sustained to support the existing household beneficiaries. It includes who are the individuals and partners that will take the lead and when will actions be completed. Sustainability requires enabling policies, funding, and other mechanisms that will ensure that household beneficiaries who exited will not spiral back to poverty. We're done! You may now write all your questions and concerns regarding community organizing. Thank you for joining us and see you later for our coaching and mentoring session.